Tyler Shough's full interview with Jon Gruden on Gruden Goes Long. Ladies and gentlemen, not going to lie to you, it's Friday. I thought we were done for the week. I thought the content was done. And then, boom, Jon Gruden drops this right on my lap. And it's not even Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. So, pulled back into the studio. So, let's make it happen, Captain. Let's go ahead and react along the way, shall we? Now, Tyler has done a bunch of interviews. Okay, I mean, he was on like the governor of Kentucky's podcast or something. So, this guy, he loves a microphone, okay? And every single time we've reacted to an interview of him, he does great. Like, he has a great personality. Now, I didn't watch the governor of Kentucky's podcast, but you know. But Tyler is a great interview. So I'm excited to see how this one goes. And Gruden's the man. Fun fact, when I was going to Radio Row this Super Bowl, when I was doing a spot, Jon Gruden held the door open for me, where the media, or where the people go in to get their media credentials and all that stuff. I was walking, Jon Gruden holding the door. Boom. Of course, I didn't make a big deal out of it. I didn't say, hey, John, whatever. I just gotta say, hey, thanks, my man. Kept it moving.
Tyler Shough, right here at the FFCA. Thanks for coming down here, man.
Appreciate it, Coach.
You're kind of the best kept secret in quarterbacks that I know of. Not a lot of people know much about you, but here you are, second round draft choice, New Orleans Saints. Maybe just a quick summary about your quarterback room.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in there with you, and how's that going so far?
It's been going really good. We got Spencer Rattler. Grew up with him in Arizona as well. Great guy, great quarterback. You got Jay Kaner, who's also been there another year before him, coming out of Fresno State. Love him. And then we just signed Hunter Deckers as well. Him and I got really close throughout this whole process. We got a really good group. We're young, been through a lot, but got a lot to prove, though.
Great group. And he's right. All of them, besides Jake, kind of have the same situation where they're young, but they're experienced, and they've been through a lot. They have trials and tribulations and all of that. So, yeah, it is three peas in a pod, some would say.
New Orleans Saints, man, Drew Brees had quite a run there. Yep. I mean, he was the surgeon. He cut me up, cut a lot of people up. You got some big shoes to fill. It looks like the Saints are looking for a long-term solution at quarterback. What makes you think you can be that guy?
I think it's because of my journey, who I am and what I've done in my career, how I've kind of stuck through it. I kind of bring that to the table every single day. I feel like I come in with a little bit of an intensity, going out there and ripping it, trying to spread the ball down the field, be very multiple on offense.
You're one of
So when I'm recording this, we're a week away from training camp kicking off. A little less than a week away from training camp kicking off. So I'm excited to see all this ripping that we're hearing about from Spencer, from Tyler, from Hunter, from Jake. LOL. Can't wait.
the best. Like I said, I think you are the best kept secret. Not a lot of people know much about you until they start watching that tape.
What is going on with this hat? I love the hat. What is John hiding in there? I mean, he looks like Doug Dimmadome. Look at this. He looks like a train conductor.
You have a great arm. You're a pocket passer. You got athletic ability. What kind of quarterback are you? What are your strengths?
Yeah, I think for me it's that arm quickness, the ability to get it out at different arm angles, stretch it down the field, be able to attack any coverage. And I think the biggest thing that I've been able to kind of cultivate is that mental sharpness, is getting into it pre-snap wise, trying to get into the best look. I was in 5-6 different offenses in college, so was asked to do a lot from, at first not very much, a lot of RPOs, you're kind of running what you run. And then I think my last couple of years at Tech and at Louisville got the keys.
Well, you got to remember, too, 7 years ago or whatever, college football, the landscape of college football is a little different. It was a lot of that RPO. It was a lot of that, that's when the game was so different than it is now, especially when you factor in that he goes to Louisville. See, I said it right that time. He goes to Louisville, which is way more of a pro style or an NFL style offense. If you look at what Oregon was doing when Tyler Shough was there, and you look at what Louisville was doing when Tyler Shough was there, completely different philosophies.
To the car a little bit more, and it helped me out. And still got a lot to learn, and brand new offense for everybody with Coach Kellen. So I'm fired up to continue to learn it, try and master it, and go earn it.
I got to ask you about this transfer portal.
Yeah.
Because you know better than anybody what it's like.
Sure.
You started Oregon. You're the next guy. You're going to be the next Justin Herbert,
Yep.
right? It doesn't work out. You go to Texas Tech. Look at that. You like that?
That's a pretty cool hat.
Now you go to Texas Tech, end up at Louisville playing for Coach Brom.
Yeah.
Can you explain what all of that is like to the young quarterbacks and fans out there that might not know?
Mm-hmm. It's a whirlwind. A lot more people in the transfer portal than they got jobs, open roster spots. So I think you got to go into it. For me, I never wanted to leave. The only reason I left Oregon was because I wanted an opportunity to go compete and play right away, and I knew there was going to be an opportunity. I just had to go prove it and earn it. And then Texas Tech, I was just hurt, So I think explaining that journey to Louisville and Jeff Brom and understanding that if this is going to work out, I'm going to go attack it. If not, then I'll go to the NFL and hold a clipboard or something like that. But for me, it was you got to go out there and prove it every single day, because that's one thing I learned. One game, one day, one rep, you got to go earn it, because it's not given. I think every moment in my career was I treated it the same, like my job was being ready to get taken away. And
well, especially nowadays where anybody can go anywhere at any time. So yeah, I don't care who you are. I always talk about this, like Garrett Nussmeier. If Bryce Underwood comes to LSU, you think Garrett Nussmeier's guaranteed to be the starter? You think he's guaranteed to be the starter if they start off slow, or if he struggles, or if he's throwing picks, and $10 million man Bryce Underwood's right behind him?
Because a lot of times it was.
You grew up out there in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, what was he, your teammate, or he was like your rival, or what?
Yeah, he was all the above. We played club baseball together, and then we went to rival high schools, and we lost state semi 65-63. Lost to him whenever I was at Oregon, so we got a game on the schedule this year with the 49ers.
He's making about $50 million a year. You know that, right?
Yeah, that doesn't suck.
Would that be something if you could go up and get him?
Yeah.
You guys battled in the high school championship game. What was the final score of that game?
65-63.
Yeah. And then you got him in the Fiesta Bowl when you were, where were you at, Texas Tech?
Mm-hmm.
And he beat you, didn't he?
Yep.
But you're pretty much the same age. You're 25 years old.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that.
Well, that's what's crazy. Age and experience and all that, it's so wild. Like Trevor Lawrence is 25. You know what I mean? Tyler Shough, like he's the same age as these guys, and it's just such a weird. I mean, even if you look at Michael Penix, you look at Bo Nix, you look at Trevor Lawrence, you look at all these different quarterbacks, their journey and their age and their development. It's just so sporadic. It's so all over the place. There is not a perfect age. There is not a perfect years of development. There's not a perfect amount of experience. There's not a perfect amount of snaps you need to take. It's all to the individual.
Married, you're at a different level than most rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of adversity, injuries. You've had to move on from some difficult situations. Just tell me about your mental toughness and how it's preparing you for this gig with the Saints.
I think it explains me perfectly. I think it shows it why the way that I am. I feel like I got an itch to just kind of go out there and try and be perfect every single scenario and learn how to harness that in for good. And for me, I try and take that into every single practice, because I know it's the window of opportunity for me is small, and for anybody. You got to go out there and prove it. And
it is.
I want to do everything I can to go last a long time in the league.
I think what's good about Tyler's situation is that, and I've said before, but like that's only going to get you so far. You have to. I don't care how tenacious you are. I don't care how whatever. If you're not producing on the field, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying Tyler's not going to, but he has to produce on the field. What I do like about his journey is that, and his age and his maturity and all that, is that it does give him kind of the maturity level to understand that the severity of what's going on. Like when you're young in life or in business or whatever, you think everything is going to work out. You think everything's all awesome and nothing's wrong and nothing will ever go bad and everything's cool and easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then when you get a little older, you realize, damn, life is kicking me in the teeth. Like this ain't no damn joke. And you start to realize a little bit more of what's actually happening, what's actually out there, and what can happen. I think Tyler realizes, yeah, I got to make every play, every snap, every day, every training session, every whatever, I got to make the most of it, because I can't be lazy. I can't take a play off. I can't take a day off, because he understands the severity of, I will lose my job.
I'm putting all my Saints gear on. How do I look? You like this?
It's pretty sweet, man.
It's pretty good gear. The people in
He looks great.
good.
people in New Orleans, man, they love the Saints.
Yeah.
I mean, I coach for the Bucks. We'd go up there every year as a big game.
Yeah.
That's a passionate Who Dat fan base, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Who Dat.
that Superdome is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
What's your feel so far? Bourbon Street, New Orleans,
Yeah.
Louisiana.
You haven't called
Who
me,
Dat
Tyler.
Nation.
Yeah.
Give me a little summary on
What's the
how
deal?
you feel up there.
I think the best way to explain it is, like, I'm having a conversation with a guy driving an Uber, and we're going out to eat, and they're treating you just like they're fans, obviously, man, but you're just one of the people. And I think for me, that's been the biggest thing that I've enjoyed is, everybody's passionate about what they do. They're passionate about the Saints. You come in there, you just be a part of who they are, and I think things are going to go the right way. So I've been enjoying getting to know everybody, trying to see what it's about, and trying to engulf myself.
You go out there and practice. You look out there and you see Tyrann Mathieu, Demario Davis, freaking Cam Jordan. These guys have been playing at a high level for a long time. Have they helped you during the transition? And maybe what's that like having those guys to go up against every day in training camp?
Yeah.
See, that's what he's going to see in a couple of days here. Because then all of a sudden, like right now, they're just shaking hands, talking, getting to know each other, whatever. He's about to be facing Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu. He's about to be facing Carl Granderson and Chase Young and these guys. He's about to be facing Brandon Staley's defense. It's about to change real quick.
It makes it really hard for sure. I think you're seeing elite level disguises every single day, elite level pass rushes.
It's all right, relax.
Chase Young, Cam Jordan, Carl Granderson, you got Demario Davis, Pete Werner, all these guys, and then on the back end, Justin Reed and Alontae Taylor, Tyrann Mathieu, Kool-Aid McKinstry. So it's like, every single rep in practice matters, and I think that was the biggest thing in OTAs was, it's boom, boom, check down, boom, boom. The window is right there. So a lot of times you don't even know what they're going to be in because Jay Reed's going to be spinning this way, clouding that way, going back to the post, dropping down, and I think you just got to trust it, and they've been really big for me. I played golf with Jay Reed a couple times, how smart he is, what he's looking for at the QB position, and I'm excited to just continue to go.
I bet Tyler's one hell of a golfer. I bet he can let it rip.
Jeff Brom at Louisville is a great coach.
Yeah, good coach.
I think he helped you really big time because I see a lot of NFL concepts. I even saw a snap count at Louisville. What was your snap count at Louisville? Give it to me.
Green 18. Green 18's up.
You sound just like
Very
Aaron
nice.
Rodgers, man.
Yeah.
At Oregon, what were you guys doing?
Ready.
Oh, my God. What about at Texas Tech?
Ready.
You see what I mean? Like, totally different situation, totally different philosophy. Brom is teaching how to play quarterback, right? Oregon, Texas Tech, especially back then, wasn't the case.
Killing me, man. But Jeff Brom, maybe tell me a little bit about what makes him unique as a college football coach.
Man, he's tough. He's a tough dude. He played it at every single level, at a high level. I think for me, he shoots you straight. Like he knows what he's good at play calling wise. He wants to be very multiple. I think he wants to put a lot on the quarterback, and that's what I loved and really wanted on my plate was to have those answers, to be stressed mentally, to go out there and rip it. And he does a really good job preparing you for that next level in a lot of those interviews and what you're going to see because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So I think I'm really excited for them, and who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I was super thankful for that whole journey. And
my brother started 4 years at Louisville, Jay.
Yeah.
And I remember when
15, number 15.
Number 15. When you went to the Senior Bowl, that's when I started hearing the buzz. Like, hey.
Yeah, a lot of people, so Tyler Shough and a lot of other people nowadays are heavily rewarded for doing everything, right? Like now it's in vogue to skip the Senior Bowl and skip the Combine and skip throwing at your pro day. The players who do the opposite, who play in the Senior Bowl, they have a pro day, they work out at the Combine, they're throwing every chance they get. Those players seem to be rising up very quickly in the draft process, and Tyler was one of those.
Did you see that guy at Louisville? Like, who are you talking about? Shough. Then I read the name, and it doesn't even sound like Shough.
Who the heck is this guy?
Hell? Tell everybody how you spell Shough anyway.
Shough.
That's the strangest way to spell Shough.
Should be show or shout.
A lot of people say Tyler Shough. And by a lot of people, I mean exclusively Microphone, who somehow has 1 million subscribers. What's going on here?
But when you went to the Senior Bowl, you were lighting it up throwing the ball, man. Was that your mindset going into Mobile?
Yeah.
I'm going to rip it and show everybody what I got?
Yeah, man. I mean, they told me last year there's no way I was going to be able to go. So I was like, man, screw this. I'm going to go out there and have fun and rip it. I think that was the biggest thing for me, was just getting people aware of the body of work, my journey. You know, I had an injury label, and it's like, man, I broke a couple bones, but it hasn't affected me so far. So
yeah,
it was a great opportunity.
Hey, drink some milk.
To Jim Nagy in the Senior Bowl.
Were you surprised second round New Orleans Saints? I mean, everybody was saying it's going to be Sanders. He's got to be here. He's got to be there. All of a sudden, here comes Shough to the New Orleans Saints. It probably wasn't a surprise to you, but to many people it was.
Yeah.
But when you went to New Orleans, was it a surprise to you?
I thought it was like a dream scenario after my visit there, because I just came from a lot of other places, and I saw Doug Nussmeier and getting to talk to Kellen Moore and how they coach quarterback position, and Scott Tolzien, and I was like, man, these guys have done it with Dak
Yeah, it's a bunch of quarterbacks. It's a bunch of the same guy.
Prescott and Herbert and Hurts, and it's like
Yeah.
they've had success everywhere. So I thought it would be really cool to work with them, and then I got to know the city more and the guys on the team, and I had connections with former teammates in Jawan. So I was surprised that it was happening, but I knew there was going to be maybe some action early on, hopefully.
You got to be excited. Kellen Moore, give us
Hell yeah, best case scenario, great spot.
report.
I mean, you really think about it, ladies and gentlemen, like for a rookie quarterback, this is about as good of a spot as you can fall in. Kellen Moore, you got playmakers around you, you've got a good offensive line, you got Alvin Kamara, you got a city that loves you, that wants to be good and pumped for the team and ready to roll, but you also have low expectations because the team just came off of their worst record in the last 20 years. So, hey, you win 6, 7, 8, 9 games, you're king of the city. Give them the keys of the city, whatever. So, great spot to be in. I just gave myself goosebumps.
On him as the head coach. I'm curious. He was on my Gruden's QB class show years ago. It seems like, bam, all of a sudden he's the head coach of the Saints. What's he like?
He's one of the smartest people I've been around in this short amount of time, and I think the most impressive
wait till
thing
me and you go to
is
Cat's
how he's done it in
I've
different
never lost in
systems.
Trivial Pursuit.
Him calling
Never.
it for different
Not
quarterbacks.
once.
He's been able to adapt and mold around different guys and still has success. And I think that's really hard to do. And I think we're being able to kind of contextualize it in his own way this year with the Saints and hopefully shape it around a really good team. And I got to just do my part and learn from him and try and contribute.
I spent a lot of time up there with Mickey Loomis and the Saints.
Yeah.
Derek Carr was playing quarterback, and got a lot of respect for some of their players. Now, they've got some guys coming back from injury.
Yeah, about 15 starters.
Olave, one of their receivers.
Eric
Rashid
McCoy.
Shaheed.
Rashid Shaheed.
A lot of guys coming back from injuries. Maybe update us on what the skill guys look like in New Orleans right now.
Yeah, a lot of speed, man. Some of the greatest get-offs I've seen. I think Olave
What do you mean by that?
and Shaheed are kind of due for really big years. You got Brandon Cooks, veteran guy coming in. He's organizing a lot of off-season activities. We're going all over the place throwing, and Cedric Wilson and another vet guy kind of in the room. So we got a lot of really good talent. I think at this point they're eager to just get back out there and prove it, because I think we kind of have that underdog mentality. Like, screw everybody. Like, let's just go freaking rip it. And you had Eric McCoy hurt last year. He's come back with a freaking vengeance.
Yeah.
And we got a really talented O-line. So I think it's, at this point, it's like, let's just go.
This team's about to be sweet. I mean, damn. I'm drinking my own Kool-Aid. I mean, and I ain't talking McKinstry.
Go do it.
You said it. You just said it. Kind of chip on your shoulder, kind of ticked off. Not a lot of people, according to all my magazines, have you guys picked to win the league.
Yeah.
A lot of this is pretty negative stuff. They don't think the Saints are going to be a contender this year.
Contender? They don't even talk about the Saints. They just say, 32, 32nd, worst team in the NFL, F-, whatever.
That piss you off?
Yeah.
I mean, not a
Pisses
lot of
me
people
off.
expect much from a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know who you are. Am I pissing you off? Tell me about that mindset in New Orleans.
I'm getting pissed off.
A lot of people didn't expect me to get drafted or go to New Orleans. A lot of people don't expect us to do good. I think we got veterans on defense. We got freaking guys that we just signed that are elite level players on offense. We got guys coming back from injury that are elite level players.
Yes.
For me, my whole goal is just do my job, let those guys make plays. And
tell me about your offensive line. I mean, Fuaga's a first rounder last year.
You got Fuaga.
You get the big kid
Ruiz,
from Texas
McCoy,
to play tackle this
Trevor
year.
Penning,
You
Kelvin
said it,
Banks,
McCoy, Ruiz. It's a pretty highly
great
touted
offensive
line. Penning's a first rounder.
Yeah.
I mean, playing indoors in a dome with those receivers, if that doesn't excite you, hell, you don't get excited.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
Huh?
Gets my piss hot, man. It's pretty. It's
What?
pretty sweet.
What?
I mean, we got.
What? It does what?
Gets my piss hot, man. It's pretty.
If that doesn't excite you, hell, you don't get excited.
Yeah, man.
Huh?
Gets my piss hot, man. It's pretty.
Listen, if your piss is hot, Tyler, especially if you've been in New Orleans for a couple of months and all of a sudden your piss is hot, hypothetically, if that was me, I'd get my ass to Walgreens and I'd be real discreet about it. And I'd look, maybe somebody stocking shelves or something kind of by themselves, kind of away from the general public. And I'd say, hey, look, my pee-pee burns. You got anything for that? And then maybe they'll be able to give you some antibiotics or they'll be able to give you something to drink, get rid of that. But if that's going on, Tyler, now's the time to fix it before the season kicks off. So I'm not a doctor, but
it's pretty sweet. I mean, we got, like you said, all those guys, Penning, Ruiz, McCoy, Fuaga, Banks. It's getting reps with them. It makes it, we're doing walkthrough reps. And I'm like, man, these guys are going to be freaking good. We're getting the live pads pretty soon. So, and we got a good second string guys too. We got a bunch of veterans and Will Clapp at center. And you got a bunch of guys coming back and Radunes.
You know what, man? When I went to the Manning Passing Academy for 4 days and
you know what's so funny about the Manning Passing Academy? I told this story before, but when I was in high school, one of my best friends at the time was like a left guard on the high school football team. My boy Moff, if you're watching, Moff. The guy never played quarterback in his life. He went to the Manning Passing Academy. We were like, it was whenever like NFL head coach, that game was out. I remember playing that game, and he'd call with updates. This guy's a left guard taking, drop backs with Eli Manning. Now, everyone acts like the Manning Passing Academy is some like high credentialed quarterback academy. Whatever happened in the good old days where some, 5'7", 205-pound lineman from Mississippi can go let it spin with Peyton Manning. Now it's all I hear about is Todd McShay's there, Jon Gruden's there. Unbelievable.
Thibodeau, Louisiana, and stayed in a dorm. I had to remind myself, God, I love football. I really must love football to be here doing this.
Yeah.
I show up there and I see you there. You're there for 3-4 days yourself.
Yeah.
There's something about you that I really like. I see you in here with me all day studying this stuff.
He likes the game.
Mm-hmm.
Loves
and
the
what
game.
do you love about it?
For me,
Everything.
I love the constant pursuit of trying to solve shit, trying to solve problems.
That's why I like Sudoku.
I think for me, it's, how can you get this done? I like just being around everybody, being around the guys. For me, that's been the funnest part. I haven't always been playing, but being around the guys, game playing,
being around the boys,
getting that side of the game, that's what I love. So the Manning camp, we were sitting outside drinking beer, talking about what we were going to do versus this defense and what you're going to come down to Tampa. And I was like,
that was great, wasn't it?
I was like, I'll take you up on it. Let's do it. So,
I don't know how people can't root for you. You're
I love him like a brother.
You're a tough son of a bitch, man. And I love watching you throw the ball. You have a wide base, very short stepping with your lower body. That ball comes out quick.
Yeah, it's
you
all
look like a little bit like Dan Marino in the fact that you don't ever step when you throw. When did you start that?
I think for me was when I got to that second year at Texas Tech. You start ripping some of the screens out, and you say, all right, maybe I can do this whenever there's a guy.
Yeah, you start playing that, especially back then, that Big 12 air raid type deal. You better get the ball out quick. You are pitching and catching.
Guy on my lap, start throwing these digs across the middle and stuff like that. And I think it was just a lot of reps with my quarterback coach at QB Country, and then took it to Louisville with some more pro-style concepts. I guess 7 years college football, you get a lot of reps doing it. So hopefully yeah, keep it going.
What's the best thing you found to eat in New Orleans so far?
Oof.
Come on, give me something.
Probably the charbroiled oysters.
Yeah, Dragos?
Yeah, Dragos. The oysters are pretty good. I would say I had some Italian place in Posados. That was pretty good. I don't know if you've been there.
Yeah, it's up in Metairie too.
No, I ain't been there.
Gumbo. I mean, that's the thing about New Orleans. You can go to like a corner store and you can get some of the best seafood you ever.
I was just about to say that. What the thing that people get wrong about New Orleans is, like, if you go to New York, it's like, what's the best restaurant? And they're gonna say, La Bernardine or something, whatever, Balthazar, and it's all about the restaurant. It's all about whatever. In New Orleans, it's not really like that. Like, you can have the best meal of your life at 10 different places. Like, people ask me, they're like, where should I eat? I hate saying one individual restaurant. It's like, look, just go walk around. Just go walk around. You might have the best time of your life in a dive bar, or you might have the best time of your life in one of the more known bars or whatever. You might have the best meal of your life in a place I've never even been to. Right? You can have some of the best Italian food in 5 different places, with some of the best steaks in 5 different places. You want good gumbo, you want good whatever, it's everywhere. That's what makes New Orleans so different, is that you can get the best food you've ever eaten. It can be a meat pie from a food truck. It doesn't have to be this elevated cuisine. That's what it's all about here.
It doesn't have to look pretty, but you got some guy in the back just knows exactly what you want.
Yeah.
I just sneak out after curfew and I go down to Bourbon Street and see my friends, man. Have one of those hurricanes.
I will say I have not been to Bourbon Street.
Don't bullshit me now. What about music? You found any music? You got anything that's turning your chain?
Same thing. It's like, the best music I've heard is when I'm just walking around Royal Street. I don't even know who the hell's playing. My boy Chucky. I do know Chucky. He's like I've never seen him with a shirt on. He plays guitar in the back of a truck. He parks it. Right now he's been parked outside of Curio, right outside of Royal Street. But Chucky just stands in the bed of his truck, plays guitar. He wears no shirt. He wears a crown. He kind of looks like Antonio Brown. He is absolutely shredded out of his mind. He's got to have less than 2% body fat. But Chucky can play. Like that, you just go walk around. You don't know where the music's coming from. You don't know nothing. But it sounds good.
Listen to a little OBNJ.
OBNJ.
Yeah.
Make a note of that, will you?
Yeah, you got some Louisiana rap. I mean, you got to listen to Lil Wayne. But I listen to everything now. But I think I'm trying to get on some Louisiana rap a little bit more.
What's the expectation for you this year, being honest?
Mm-hmm. Win the quarterback battle. Win the quarterback. Honestly, it's first step, win the quarterback battle. That's what he was drafted to do, is to be the starting quarterback. So his first goal, win the quarterback battle, be the starter. Beyond that, prove you can handle it. Prove you can play in the NFL. You don't have to be great immediately, but prove you belong there. Prove you are developing. Take steps moving forward. Run the offense. Exist. Don't be a liability.
Play a little bit. To sit and watch?
No, man.
No, what's the expectation for you?
My expectation is to go out there and play at the highest level I can. I think you saw it from Bo Nix and Daniels last year. Why not? Yeah. Why not go out there and rip it? I think everything that's been preparing me for this, I'm not going to go out there all scared and to make mistakes and stuff like that. And there's going to be ups and downs, but I'm going to do everything I can to try and make the team better. I don't have any control about all the outside stuff, but do everything I can that way.
We had one of your teammates, Hunter Deckers.
Yeah.
He was in here the whole off season, training, getting ready. He's a left-handed quarterback. He's had his share of adversity. Mm-hmm. Did he ever tell you what his snap count was?
Yeah, he's never seen a parlay he didn't like, I'll tell you that much.
No, he didn't.
They said, Reaver. What the hell's a Reaver? I'm going to let you listen to it. But I want you to bust his balls when you see him.
I will.
One of these days in a walkthrough, just get up there and go, Reaver. See what he says.
Yeah, get Miko style.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to work. I appreciate you doing this.
Yes, sir.
And I'm a big fan. You can tell I have some Saints blood in my history. And,
that's right.
Hopefully you get to connect with Drew Brees.
Yes, sir.
He'll be a great guy for you to learn from. And I wish you all the best, man. Can't wait to see what you do.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you.
All right, good stuff. Great stuff. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in the next video. Tyler, Get that hot piss checked out, brother.